Hi, welcome to I Am the Monad Tarot. First, let's ring our bell. All right. All right. All right. Thank you so much for choosing me and trusting me with your reading. This reading, and I certainly hope and pray that all is well. All right. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your comments, as well as come on over, become a member here at I Am the Monad Tarot, where we have early access to videos, as well as members only videos. All right. All right. All right. First, before I say what I want to say, it's so interesting. I just got an email from YouTube saying that one of my shorts was fine. It was no problems with it. It was good for advertisers, blah, blah, blah. Remember to follow the community guidelines, right? So I was like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? And I said, oh, somebody must have reported it. It's the one, the short is called Great and Mighty. The Great and Mighty is based off of Taurus's reading. If you haven't seen it, you can go check it out. Apparently YouTube don't have no problem with it. But somebody must have reported it. And what I find funny is there's nothing to report. There's nothing there. But, when you talk about hit dogs hollering, okay, they holler in so many ways. Now, that was a reading that was a clip of a reading for Taurus. All right. So someone obviously took offense to it, though it wasn't directed at anybody. It was a reading. Someone obviously took offense to it because they obviously said, oh, she must be talking about me, the paranoia. Honey, please. Go on and do your ether yodeling that you do. And just stay up off of my shit. And you won't have any issues and any problems. First of all, how paranoid. You need help. How paranoid of a person to think that is something directed at them. Somebody I don't even pay no attention to. Nope. But they pay a lot of attention to me and have been for years. Like I said, you and your cousin, you stay away from me. Apparently, I did a reading for you years ago, and that's when you started talking about me, talking about I was in your chakras. Stay off my shit and quit studying what's happening over here, because I don't know what's happening with you and don't want to know what's happening with you. I don't care if you're over there talking about me. Who cares? I absolutely do not. You're fascinated. And you fall at my feet and worship. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be watching every move that I make and watching every video, looking for a reason to report something that doesn't even apply to you. But maybe it does apply to you. That's what you need to check yourself. All right? Now, for everyone else, this reading, I wasn't sure if I want to do this for Aries or a collective reading. But Aries, I think I'll put Aries and collective, okay? Because I'm an Aries, okay? And what I am finding, what I have found is these energies that have been coming up, more specifically for Aries on my channel, okay? A few other zodiac signs on my channel as well, but definitely for Aries on my channel. What we've been finding is, the things that we're hearing about all over, tarot land and in our real lives, okay? Things that I personally have dealt with, and I'm sure others have dealt with. These gang stalkers, people trying to destiny swap, take your life, trying to pull you back. You ran for your life, you done got free, you on your way, you're on your path and whatnot that you were destined to be on. And these people who are determined that they was going to steal your life, and you glowing up meaning they doing bad, which is stupid because that doesn't make any logical sense. But that's a role that they created for themselves and put themselves in. Okay. What they're going to do, what they're trying to do is, if they can't, cajole you into coming back emotionally, Okay, which, you know, they've tried that. Okay, the bad reputation thing, trying to bring you down and everything. If they want to, they're trying to pull you down, and they're trying to, you know, keep you in this space that you don't belong in, that you were never meant to be in the first place. Some of these places that some of us have been in, okay, we were never supposed to you know, be there in the first place. Okay, we were forcibly put there, taken there, etc., etc. There's a channel I listen to periodically. She talks wonderfully, just awesome, you know, about this type of thing. Maybe I will share some of her videos on my community tab. Maybe I have to think about that. Okay, because you just have too many stalkers and people doing desperate things. Okay, but nevertheless, so for them to feel like they gotta rise up by keeping you down, okay, they're trying to pull you back in a timeline again that you never were supposed to be in, a place that you were never supposed to be in the first place. Okay, which says about a lot about them and their energy, and they're trying to desperately to take your life, your essence, your being. Okay, claim everything that you have done and that you've worked for is what they have done and worked for, and that the things that they have done, which have been rotten and pretty much nothing, they're trying to project that onto you. Okay, so what they're gonna try to do now is force you physically force you to go back to somewhere you were never supposed to be in the first place. All right, so let's get a reading on this. I'm just going to come from the Rider-Waite. I might pull some cards from the What's the Tea deck. Okay, I will. I think I'll pull from What's the Tea first, okay? And we're just gonna keep these Rider-Waite. They've been shuffled and keep them right there. Let's pull from the What's the Tea first and see what this is all about. I mean, want to physically force you, okay, to go back into a space and a place and a world and a realm where you don't belong, okay? You know, trying to, I mean, that's crazy. You know who you are. You're an adult. You know who you are. Okay. But that's the thing. They know who you are too. And they want it so bad. They want your energy, your timeline, your frequency. I'm hearing your essence, your building, everything about you so bad. These people desperate. Okay. I'm hearing desperate times call for desperate measures. And these people are desperate. Okay. Actively seeking. Okay. To make you be what they want you to be. They will use anybody and anything. They will use family, friends, okay, who have been hijacked, probably got some black magic done on them and all that type of shit. Okay, or people who never really liked you in the first place. Your children's father, your children's mother, okay, that type of thing. Any and everything to pull you back into an old timeline, an old frequency. Okay, that's not yours. Okay, just so they can come up, okay, and have and take what's yours, and then will have the nerve to project their sorrow. Okay, because what they're trying to do to you and been trying to do to you hasn't worked. They want to project their sorrow and their misery, okay, onto you. Okay, to be in place of you. Take your shit back. You don't belong here. Okay, your shit don't belong here. Your shit belongs with you. Okay, that's where it's gonna be, and that's where it's gonna stay. So let's just see what we have here from What's the Tea. Don't be fooled, okay, by these energetic manipulations that these people throw your way. Some of these people, once again, they have been completely, you know, hijacked by other forces. Okay, because of their dark, dismal reality. Okay, that they have allowed them to, you know, that they allowed themselves to live in. All right, and to be. All right, so let's just see. Okay, I didn't expect that. All right, you got a stalker. Okay, they will stop stalking, watching, obsessed, like the person watching that I talked about earlier. That's separate from this reading, but this applies to that person. You are a stalker, man. Go on back up there and do your yodeling up out there in time and space instead of being over here. with your weird ass. But back to the reading. You got to stalk. These people are stalking you. Okay, these people are stalking, watch, completely obsessed. Can't let you go. Can't let your energy go. Okay, I just keep hearing timeline and frequency. Okay, they want you back in there. Look, cyberbully. This almost sounds like what I was talking about at first. Now this bitch, now this gonna go to that. This applies to that too. But you, bitch, you was cyberbullying me. That's what you are. You keep doing dumb shit thinking I don't know it's you. Take your little ether yodeling ass somewhere else, okay? But back to the reading, all right? You are being bullied online, or they has suffered from it, okay, etc. Okay? These people are probably watching your platforms, okay? Everything you do, okay? Probably trying to hack into your shit, your emails and all of that kind of stuff, okay? You got a wolf in sheep's clothing here. You got people with fake smiling, okay? Pretending happiness, definitely talking shit, okay? But they will try to get your energy any way they possibly can. So now they want to force, like I said, physically force you. I don't think so. And these bitches, these people here have a bad reputation. Okay. I just heard online and off. Okay. So they want to put that off on you. Like I said, they want to put their sorrowful energy on you. You know, if you sitting around when everything is fine, the bills is paid, and you know you feeling good, feeling happy, and all this kind of stuff, and all of a sudden you feel like you want to cry, or you feel down in your spirit, or you feel that old energy from that false timeline that you were captured and put under. Baby, that's not you. I just don't know what's wrong with me. Why I feel like this. That's not you. That's these people right here. Okay, trying any way they can to lower your vibration. And here, they want you back. Didn't I say? They want you to come back. Okay, come back into that time and space, okay, and place that does not belong to you, because that's where they're sitting at. Miserable, unhappy, okay. And of course, these people ain't shit. They're not. And they know they're not. Anything else here? Let's see what else we have. Okay, reflecting, okay, that's what they need to be doing. That's what y'all need to be doing if you're not, okay. Reflect on your bullshit, okay. Ignore these people, and they might be trying to pretend, I ain't paying collective Aries, I ain't paying them no attention. Yeah, they're all up in your shit. Okay, well, and in their head, these people are in their head overthinking, stressed, over analyzing, okay, because they were so determined here, okay, that they was gonna do something to you. I'm hearing blow you out. See, because you the jackpot, baby. You are the jackpot. If you weren't, they wouldn't be bothering you. They obviously see and know that they're not the jackpot. Okay. And see, winning money, got rich, inheritance, unexpected money. It might have something to do with an inheritance, people stealing your inheritance or trying to steal your inheritance. Maybe actual physical inheritance like money or property or something like that, or your spiritual inheritance. Okay, maybe they've been watching you and looking at your shit so much. Okay, they see that you are winning money. Yeah, that could be the lottery or something like that, or any kind of, you know, sweepstakes type of thing. But also depends on what you're doing. Okay, you're walking the path that you were designed to walk. Okay, so they know that you're gonna be getting some money as a result of that. Okay, and unexpected money. So they want to do anything and everything they can. Okay, to make you. So now they're gonna try to physically force you into something. Okay, and when I say that, excuse me, they can try to energetically do that as well, as opposed to just actually physically touching you. Okay, now some they may try to actually physically touch you and pull you and, you know, into their shit. You know, have you ever met come in contact with somebody, maybe, you know, and they're on that shit, okay, on some stupid stuff that you just don't want to be bothered with. You say what you have to say, you know, even if it's some niceties, and you walk away, and then they grab you. Excuse me? That's assault. Okay, you don't have no right to put your hands on anybody. So some people may try to do that. Okay, I was listening to a reader a while ago. She has done a few readings talking about people trying to kidnap people. Okay. Also, energetically, they may try to do that, maybe like in your dreams, a dream infiltrate and try to physically force you to do something in your dreams. Okay. Hustling. Here you are hustling, making it rain, focused. You are focused, okay? Getting it on the money and getting it. Anything else that we need to know here about these people? Okay. I'm hearing they crazy. They done lost their mind. Okay. Mental. I'm hearing mental asylum. That's where they need to be, in the mental asylum. Okay. All right. Giving money. That's what they want you to do. Give them some money. Okay. And they may even, some of them may be so bold as to ask you to do that. But here, dust it off. Don't let that shit weigh on you heavy. You know who you are. Okay. And you know who they are. They don't know who they are. Okay. Didn't I say it? Forcer. Trying to force you. Force you. Okay, no longer trying to do, just get in your head and play mind games with you. Trying to physically force you back into a world and a realm that I ain't going back there. I'm not coming in with none of y'all. Wasn't ever supposed to be there with you in the first place. Forces things on you, forces their way in, uses force to get what they want. This is where they're, and spiritual haters. Okay, hates on your spirituality, your light, your magic, your power. Okay, and some of this applies to that fool who keep that I talked about earlier, who keeps watching me for years now. Can't let it go. Okay, some of these people, they have these sexual attractions to you as well. Okay, they be down low and whatnot, and they be sexually attracted to you, and that's part of their fucking problem. Okay, but back to what I'm talking about. Okay, these people trying to force their way, okay, in your life and physically force you, okay, to come back into their yucko time and space. If they would just get themselves together, they could move up out of that timeline as well. But see, some of these people, it's too late. They've been hijacked. Okay, because they just been operating in dark energy. No matter what you said, no matter what you did, you kept moving forward. You may even try to help the people. No. Okay, and this is also a problem why some of these people have been hijacked. Bad habits. Okay, drugs, addictions, toxicities. That's where their mind is. And see, they're probably pissed because you are completely unbothered. Okay, you don't care. I'm hearing you're not going back in there. And some of these people here may have caught a case sick. Okay, and they want you to be sick. Sexual infection, sexual disease, especially when they're into this all the time and they end up doing things because they're not in their right mind. Okay, the chemicals done mess their brain up chemically. Okay, they want you to come back. Okay, and get what they got. I don't think so. Okay, some of these people may be dealing with child services. Okay, kids at risk of being taken or is about to reporting something, neglect, abuse, and they want you to come back around there with that. No. Okay, deal with your own mess that you made for yourself. Impersonator. Didn't I say? Want to steal your destiny, want to steal you, want to steal your essence and be like you. See, they done went around and told everybody that they was you. Okay, watched you, studied you for years, had all your shit, your whole life written in a notebook, how you walk, how you talk, everything you've done, okay, everything that you want to do because you think you was in a old timeline where you didn't know no better, but now you do. So this is what they've been doing, impersonating you. Okay, studied you, wants to be like you, act like, dress like, look like, copies you. Okay, and these people are probably dealing with some fucking legal issues. Of course they are. Okay, court, judges, immigration, lawyers. Okay, didn't I say some of these people have some sexual attraction to you? Okay, that's part of the issue that they don't want to deal with and may feel some shame about, especially if it's family or some shit like that. Into you, good chemistry, great vibes, positive, and of course, just a fucking drama starter. A drama starter. Okay, that's what they did in the first place. And once again, here you are, unfazed. Unfazed, I'm hearing at their unruly behavior, okay, in a clown show that they have, that they made their life here. An offer, maybe somebody wants to make some kind of offer to you, okay, and they know you ain't coming back around there to even hear about what the offer is, okay, so they want to force you. No, absolutely not. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. Then that's when you can call, depending on how it's done. If they do it physically, then call the physical police. Shit, why not? Okay, the earthly police. Do it in your dreams and all of that type of thing. Then you call, the spiritual law on their ass. Okay. And these are motherfuckers that have no facts. Okay. Never has the facts, make shit up and lies. Okay. So we already did the shuffle here for the Rider-Waite. Let's get into this. Okay. Okay, King of Pentacles and reverse. They done lost money. Giving money. Just like that said, hoping that you give them some money because they see you on your grind, minding your business, being in the place that you were always meant and destined to be, not back there with them. Okay. I'm hearing they're losing funds, and I'm hearing quickly. Okay. It's like it's not taking its time like it did before. This money is running up out of these people's hands. I'm hearing with the quickness, and they want you to come back and help them fight their battles. Okay. While they still, don't listen to no shit like that. Don't listen to no shit like that. If somebody comes to you and tells you some bullshit like that, don't listen to that, because what it is you go back there and help them, and they, whatever it is they was trying to do to you in the first place, steal your life, your essence, and so on and so forth, have you down somewhere in the gutter. Okay. That's what they still on. Okay. Know thyself. That's the key. That's the key. Okay, so even when they do that, energetic manipulation, ain't nothing wrong with you. Sorrowful for what? Sad for what? No, that tells you that them people over there somewhere crying. Okay, and they want to project it onto you. All right, they want you to be open to them. All right. I don't have my music on. Hold on, let me put my sounds on. All right. I would say, all right, Aries. So this may just be specifically for Aries, okay? Because that's what I was feeling, Aries, okay? I'm hearing this needs to be a reading for Aries, all right? But nevertheless, okay, like I said, you're the first in the zodiac, Aries. We got to make sure we do this shit right, okay, for the rest of the zodiac. I ain't saying we better or nothing, but Aries is the first in the zodiac. That's not something that I just made up in my mind. Okay. But anyway, all right, they want you to be open to them. Okay. All right. And they're going to try to manipulate you. Okay. And they're trying to manipulate you through any means necessary, any way they can. Okay. And they might use, there's a father figure here, or a father. Okay. Which I'm hearing many will use. Okay, maybe your father, like I said, maybe your child's father. Okay, that's something that recently, okay, someone tried to do to me. Okay, please, my child is 20 years old. Are you fucking kidding me? All right, I started talking to that motherfucker. When the girl was 17, couldn't wait for the day. All right, when that dialogue was able to end. Okay, was so excited when I said fuck it, I can't wait. Okay, long enough. Okay, but that's an energy here. Okay, that these people want to use against you to attack your self-love. Okay, your self-love here. Okay, knowing who you are. Okay, and living in that time, in that space, and let me tell you something. What they say, the greatest thing of all time, of all, is know thyself. Period. Point blank. Okay, one lady I was talking about that I really like. I was listening to one of her videos today. And that's what I was always saying. Like when I was a kid, like when I was in elementary school, that's what they would tell us all the time. The greatest saying of all is know thyself. And I remember I used to ask, what does that mean? Like when I would ask my lady who raised, what does that mean, know thyself? Well, based off her answer, it didn't make sense to me then. But now I can clearly say she didn't know. She didn't know. Know who you are. What does that mean? Well, she said, well, I know that I'm born here, I work here, I live here. She was talking about stuff outside of oneself once again. She didn't know, And to me, I remember when she said that to me, I remember thinking, but, you know what I'm saying? I was young, okay? I wasn't even a teenager when I asked her, Okay. But I knew something, and I was like, I don't think that's what that means necessarily. Why is that so important? You understand what I'm saying? And one thing I always say, the way out is within. Just like I said on the one video, I think it was a collective reading or a Aries reading. Okay. When I said, just like the Truman Show, the way out is within, to go within. That's how he got out. I mean, they be telling us, they show us the answers. Okay. And how did he get out? He went within and figured out who he was, and that where they had him and what they were doing to him is not, it was some made up shit, some character they turned him into, which is what they have done to us. All right. And for some of these people who are doing this, would be family or friends and whatnot, former friends who are doing these things to us. That's part of the problem, even with them. Okay, they are trying to escape. For those who want a destiny swap and all that, they're trying to escape the character that they were given. They don't like it. Okay, but they don't go within. They see someone else looking at another character that was given to that person. They probably ain't even that either. How does that person get out? Any of them, anybody, to go within, never without. So trying to escape the character that you were given, okay, and told that that's who you are. It's not freeing yourself. Is not getting money, okay, and the riches is you. Okay, getting money and trying to be someone else, another character that you're not going to be able to achieve anyway. That was assigned to that person. But besides that, the way out is to go within. You want to be your true self. I'm hearing your true north. Okay, like they say, walking that path to that north node. Okay, coming up out of the lower regions, the lower vibrations. All right. So I feel like this is, and they will use any means necessary. And the thing about it that's so interesting to me, like for my own personal situation, it's like you can use all the tactics you want to from, the life where you knew me. Okay. That past, that old timeline that you still on. I'm not on there anymore. I never was supposed to be there in the first place. You can use all those people, you can do all that shit. It doesn't phase me in any way. I was never supposed to be there. One way or the other, whether I had my daughter with this man or not, my daughter was going to come to me. It didn't have anything to do necessarily with that particular person. That child was going to come to me one way or the other. Okay, so they will use anybody. And like me, like I said specifically, the last situation was they tried to use my child's biological father. Okay, because here you are loving yourself. And how do they know you're loving yourself? Because you're living in your truth. Now you're going within. Okay, none of the tactics. You can do all that shit till the cows come home. So, okay, I love it. I was watching a clip. Well, I can't say I love it, but I like Uma Thurman. Okay, well, I like Kill Bill. That's one of my favorite movies. Okay, and I was watching this clip. And I guess she was married. Yeah, she was married to Ethan Hawke, and they were talking about how he had asked her, like, I think maybe 2 or 3 times to marry him, and she said no. So she finally said yes, but she did, and then he cheated on her. I think with the maid, the housekeeper, all kind of shit, right? And the guy that was interviewing Uma Thurman, he was like, but you still speak so highly of him, and she was like, oh, he's a great person. He's this, that, and the interview was like, yeah, but he cheated on you, this, that, and she looked, she smiled, she said, so, and I loved it because she said so, because it was about the love that she had for him, regardless of the mistakes he made or the choices he made. Same with you. So you love yourself. This is it here with this Ace of Cups. You can do all that shit. So, okay. Right. So this is what they want to attack. Your self-love, your self-knowing. Okay. And it takes a person to love themselves to go within and deal with all the shit. Okay, that's within. Deal with all the shit that you were subject to. Deal with all the poor choices, the darkness, all of that shit. It takes some serious work, and it takes some serious power. Okay, and it takes a whole hell of a lot of courage. Okay, so that's what they want to attack, because here you are sitting in your Queen of Wands energy, knowing who you are, knowing where you're going, knowing yourself. Okay, looking good, smelling good. Okay, protected, happy. Okay, so like I said, they probably want to try to offer you some kind of silly ass cup of love. They're gonna try it one way or another. Okay, to get in your energy. I'm hearing your energy field to break you down. Okay, and I'm hearing to force you to come to the child, please. Even though they're constantly in your energy. Okay, sending you energetic attacks. Okay, trying to physically force you to do something, sending their piss poor, slovenly, sorrowful energy. Okay, your way. Okay, and the thing about it is they want to overpower you, but here they are sitting in night energy, and you hold all in your Queen of Wands energy, and here the King of Swords in reverse. These people don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm hearing they're living a dream. Okay, they're not even living a real life. It's a fantasy, like a fantasy world that they're living in. But they believe it to be true, so they want to keep trying and trying and trying and trying. And here we are with the Five of Wands in reverse, and they keep losing. Okay, losing the battle, but losing the battle. What? Losing the battle with themselves. Here we have a King of Swords in reverse and a King of Wands in reverse. Okay, and this Hierophant in reverse. Okay, I'm hearing something about subtle changes. I'm not sure. Something about they want to make subtle changes towards you, but I'm not sure what that is. But whatever it is, subtle, real sneaky. That's some of that real sneaky shit. Okay. How can you combat that so you don't fall for it? First of all, set in your mind that you know who you are, and then I'm not going back to that shit. Give a damn what you do, what you say. Like it would be like a dog returning to its vomit. You know, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, you ever watch a dog vomit and then they go eat it? Ugh. You ever seen that shit? That is disgusting. Okay? But that's what they are. That's how they're bred. That's what they do. But you're not an animal. You're not a four-legged creature. Confirmation. You ain't no dog. You understand what I'm saying? To return to no fucking vomit. That's what it would be like, a dog returning to its vomit. Like Sarah. Was it Sarah? Okay, I can't remember his name. Lot's wife. Okay, when they said, don't look back, we leaving this shit, don't look back. And she looked back, and what did she turn? Into a pillar of salt. And they were able to, what do? You salt, you spread it all around to add flavor here. Okay, she had the flavor, but she, somewhere in her, doubted. She doubted for her to look back. So that's what they want. They want you to look back. They want you to doubt. They want you to doubt who you are. Doubt your self-love. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you're talking about. You belong back here. I mean, these people do anything, anything. I'm telling you, but no matter what, you just keep moving forward. If you determine in your mind, just like if you determine in your mind that you're going to go, you say you got a test to study for, either the final exam of the year or whatever, you got to pass this month. You determine, I'm going to stay focused on studying. And that's what you do. Friends call, don't answer. Okay, job call, can you come in, can't come in, it's my day off. You understand what I'm saying? You're focused on what it is that you have to do. Okay, that's how tight it is. So it don't matter. The vomit, none of that can woo you back in. And when they try to physically force you, okay, especially energetically so, okay, it's so dead set in you that you know who you are. You will fight them motherfuckers off. Get the fuck off me. Energetically. Okay. And if they do it in real time, you got a phone right in your hand. 911. All right. Okay. They don't like that you're not a conformist, but yet they want to be like you. They want to be you. Okay, I mean, they want to study, but they want to study you to trip you up. They don't like that you're not a conformist, but they want to be like you. Okay, and they don't like it because it makes it more difficult for them to fight with you, to argue with you, to bring you down and to pull you down. Okay, this King of Wands. Okay, I'm here just another liar and a fraud. Okay, a trickster energy. Okay, you look at how far you've come. When you walked away, okay, you woke up to yourself and you walked away. Okay. It might have been very difficult for you. Everybody is different. Some people might have been like, hey, it wasn't difficult for me at all. I had my shit set and I was ready. Okay. Some people, it might have been very difficult emotionally, financially. Everybody's different. Okay. But even if it wasn't difficult for you, I'm sure you are nowhere near the same person you were when you were around this negative, nasty, vomit energy. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So look how far you've come. Look at the seeds you've planted. Look at what, I mean, can you imagine? Just sit and think for a minute. Just sit and think for a minute what your life would be if you were to be where you are today. Look back and go back. Think about that. For some, think about how dark, and you may not have seen it in the midst of it. I remember one time in the house I used to live in, I had taken a picture, and a few years later, after I walked away from all these people and whatnot, I showed a friend of mine, this girl I know, a picture, and she said, "Oh, you can see all the negative energy in there." And I had all these people in my house all the time, and I said, "What? Where?" And she pointed it out. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was sitting right in the midst of it. Didn't know. So sometimes you can be sitting in the mid, like Daniel in the lion's den. Okay. And you don't know, but look, stop, think about it. You may have some memories that was good. Because sometimes I'll be like, these people, that pissed me off. I had a good time with her. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time hanging out with that one. Or that one over there. What's this shit all about? You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter. That's not where I was meant to be. I was never supposed to be there. Okay? Thrown there. Okay? Into a pack of wolves. Literally. Okay? So, just think. And then when you think and you look back and you look at where you're, it's like, man, that ain't nothing but covered in muck, mire, darkness, slime. What would happen to your spirit, your being, if you were to climb back there, crawl back there? I shouldn't say climb, crawl back there, honey, let it go. Wherever you are today, I don't care if you just left yesterday. That's a lot of courage, and that's a lot of work, especially if this is like family or something like that, a place that you were anchored to. Okay, because these powers that be, these wicked, evil forces out there, anchored us in that shit. But they don't have more power than you. They have power that they play with your mind. They play with our minds. Okay? And that kind of goes back to what I was saying about this lady that I watch every night. I haven't watched her for a long, long, long time. Today was the first time I listened to her message. I was like, oh, baby's on point. You know what I'm saying? But, so just think. Come a long way. You may not be where you want to be, but you damn sure ain't where you used to be. And it's damn sure great if you were able to remove the weights and whatnot. Okay, break up the cement that they had you in. Okay, your footing in and your grounding in, your root chakra in, and all of that kind of stuff. Break all of that up and say, I'm gone. I don't care if you were starting from ground zero, if you were starting without $1, but you're not back there. Okay, make sure you let that go. Don't hold on to that. Okay, it's just like sometimes I look at it, was just like that was just a time of my life. Like I say, the lady that raised me, she she was a huge part of this. But now it's so interesting because I was so in love with the woman, but now I look and it's like I feel like that's just a lady I knew. That's what my spirit says to me. That's what I feel. Not sadness, tears, and nothing like that. Because I saw what was happening. It wasn't clear, okay? But it became, well, that's just a person I once knew. That's just a lady I once knew, All right? Be truthful with yourself and stand in your truth. Okay? Be in this Queen of Swords energy. Don't fall back. Okay, don't go back. Be in this Queen of Swords energy. Know your truth. Stand in your truth. Okay. You know what? It's going to be interesting. These people are acting like paupers, number one. And they don't look at it like that. They thieves. That's what a thief is, kind of a pauper, a beggar. That's what a thief is. They don't go out and work for it. They just do everything they can to steal it. It's like you're begging for something. You're not believing and trusting in yourself enough to do what it is that you have to do, okay, to get something legitimately and to steal, okay, and try to win. It's no winning here. You're not going to win. Even if you were able to do that to someone, you really lost then. Because see, the game isn't about this 3D reality, okay, how much money you have and how you look to people. Because in the end, nobody really cares. They'll worship you and whatnot while you're doing good, but as soon as you're doing, but look at pro players and celebrities, they'll love them. As soon as they're doing bad, human beings just, whatever, kick them to the curb. Nobody cares. You really lost them because you haven't gotten into the soul essence of your being. Okay, you haven't transformed. You haven't gone through the transformation, meaning you haven't gone within. Okay, to be who it is that you were created and designed and destined to be. It's not about me or the next person. It's about you to let these powers that be hijack you. Okay, and they got you. Okay, and don't ever be surprised if one day these people are actually coming to you, needing your assistance. Okay, it's like that story of what's his name in the Bible, Joseph, how dirty and rotten they did him, his own brothers. But in the end, look where he was. He was second in command of all of Egypt, and they had to come to him begging, okay, for help, so they just could have some food to eat, while they tried to kill him and sold him off into slavery. All right, the game don't change, baby. Okay, I don't know how old that story is, but it's old enough. I'm sure there's stories just like it that's older than that. The game ain't never changed on Earth. You motherfuckers, that's the one thing about them, these powers that be like, story been told, we've been telling you, we've been showing you, but you allow us to do it. You allow us to go further and further and further and further into it. Okay. Like I said, with this Four of Swords upright, this is when sometimes people are attacked during their sleeping hours. Okay, that's a lot of that kind of work was done on me. Okay, they continue to, but the way I respond in the dreams is a little different now than what I used to. Okay, why? Going deeper and deeper into the knowing of me, feeling good, smelling good, looking good. Okay, and those feelings, they resurface, they come back, they're projected at me, for me to doubt myself, question myself, who she thinks she is, and kind of a punishment energy for doing well. But guess what? What Uma Thurman say? So you make that determination within yourself. Okay, do not go back. Okay, wherever these people try, if it is in your sleeping hours, okay, when they really try to bother you doing your dreams and whatnot, so don't go where they're trying to take you, because what they do to you in that time period is how they want you to be when you awaken. Well, maybe okay, that's what you did in the dream. Okay, all right, and I'm awake now. Don't go where they're trying to take you. Okay, which is down. Okay, back downhill where they're at. You walk in victory, because the reality is this is a cycle that's over. Okay, it's really done and over with, but you're dealing with people with pride and ego and been hijacked by darker forces and whatnot. That's just after your soul being. Okay, it's up to you, okay, to stay on top, to stay focused, and to stay in who you are and know who you are and be that. There's a 10 of Cups here for you. Okay, they might even want you to question. They might, when they see that coming in your life, really wish they see it coming. They see it coming. They see it happening. Okay, they want you to question it. They want you to be in a place and space of doubt. Okay, this lover's energy is here. Okay, there's love here for you, and not just necessarily just a person, like a romantic relationship. No, but love of life. Think. Some of you may not have really felt like you had a love of life, okay, during this time period when you were living in a place and space that you weren't meant to be, okay, around all this hot, doggish, nasty devil energy, okay. Good people, okay, what they call your soul tribe, people that think like you, people that you are equally yoked with, a love that you are equally yoked with. Okay, and definitely first within yourself, with your own being. Okay, and that's the energy that is coming to you, that is making its way to you. Okay, and for some of you, it may have already. See, you don't have to be a whole lot of people, or maybe don't have to be a whole lot of people at once, at one time. Okay, but they are coming. Ain't no fight here. Okay, it's a losing battle. These people have lost this. Okay, but like I said, they may keep on trying. They may be sitting up somewhere trying to figure out what to do, how to set themselves free. Okay, but the judgment has been called on this situation. Okay, and you walking in your Queen of Pentacles energy. Okay, stay there. Okay, and first it's about you. You the riches. You bring the wealth to you. Okay, here is, okay, once again, the transformation. Okay, but they want to end that. It's kind of like, when you know something, no matter what it is, it's like you can't. You know how they say, you see something, some certain things, you just can't unsee it. You can't unsee this. You don't look at how far you've come. Okay, and I'm hearing magnified. It's magnified, or it's going to be magnified. It's going to be all the greater. Stay in, I'm hearing your Queen of Wands energy. Okay, stay in you. Okay, stay focused on you here. Okay, I don't care what these fools say or what they do. They don't have no power, no control, no nothing over your life. Okay, and go on somewhere with whatever you have, wherever you are. Sit pretty. Okay, let it go. Okay, but always stay up on your P's and Q's. Okay, all right. Pay attention to yourself, your intuition, to avoid the bullshit. Okay, and I don't give a fuck what they say. Well, we got this, we got that. What about this? That ain't nothing that they have. There's nothing that they have. Nothing that they could give you, because they don't want your world to expand. Okay, they don't want you to grow. And here we have this upright too. Look at all the queens upright. That's where you are. Okay, nurturing, kind, and loving to yourself. And when you are to yourself, you will be to everyone else, but you take out that sword when need be. Okay, like I said in them others Aries readings, baby, you done made it home. Okay, and that's the end of that. All right, I'm not gonna pull an oracle card. I don't think it's necessary. All right, but that was just a message I want to share with you all. All right, you all have favor. Peace.